We are going to demonstrate how to do a cephalomedullary nail by Zimmer, both long and short. First, they will make incision. Then you will need a pin. They will put it in by hand. They will then drive it in with the pin driver. Make sure it's a 2.0 by 32 collet. They will drive the pin in. Once the pin's in the right position, they will then use the entry reamer. Make sure the top is on ream. Make sure it's the big blue long reamer. They will ream down over the top of the pin, which is currently in the hip. We'll take it out. They will do this through the guide. This is a tissue protector to make sure you don't destroy this tissue. They will then put in the ball tip guide if it is a long nail. It will have a bend at the end of it. We will show you that later. It will have a bend in it. You will put it down. They generally will use the T-handle to put on here, hand them up separately. Do not put them together. They will then put the ball tip down and go to the depth gauge. This screws together. Screws together, slides down over the top of the ball tip guide, and will tell you the length of your nail. They will go and get the nail. You will then hand up the reamers. Generally, they know what size nail they're using, so they will go to one above that. The sizes are here on the end of it. You will go to one larger than what they're actually putting in. When they come back out with the reamers, once they go in, they come back out, they will use the honeycomb. You will hand these up separately. The rep will then give you the nail. You will take the nail. This bolt will go in the back. The nail will go on here. You will finger tighten it until you get it where you want it. Make sure that this here is wide. The one on the side is small. Make sure they have them lined up and it has to be flush with this line here. You will use this at the end to do a final tight. And you will gold and open. The pin and the open trocars. They will go in. These are all blue. You will go in, the most used is 130. You will take the trocar, put it in the 130 hole, push it up until it's close to the nail. You do not want to put it right on the nail because that can be deceptive and whether it fits or not. You will then take the gold tip, put it through. Make sure it goes all the way through the hole in the nail. Take it out. They will then take this out. You will hand up the nail. They will put it in. You will hand up the trocar, the outer sleeve. They will then put it in while the nail is in the patient. They then take this out. You will hand this up. They will put that in. That is for the pin. You will load this again on your wire driver. They will drive it into the patient. You will then use this depth gauge. Everything is blue and gold. It matches. They will tell you what size. You will then, same size, 95, 85, 110. You will set this, load it onto your reamer collet. the drill to them. They will drill for the depth of their screw. They will then hand you a lag screw. Make sure this is all the way to the top. These threads should all be showing. They will give you the screw, the lag screw. You drop this in, put the screw on the end of it, make sure the cutouts line up. You will finger tighten it down and then use any screwdriver that has a hex head on it. Put it in the back, you don't need a handle, and then final tighten it. They will put it in, they will either screw this down to compress or they will leave it alone. Doesn't make any difference to you. Just make sure that's all the way up. They will then hand you the set cap for that lag screw that you put in. Make sure you find the wiggly, the more loose screwdriver. They will put that through, they will put the set cap on the top of this lag screw, and that part will be done. If you're doing a long nail, you will then skip to this part, which is 2 small red drills, the small depth gauge, the small screwdriver. They will put 1 red drill bit in. They will line it up with the holes in the end of the distal end of the nail. They will line up the second drill bit. They will put them both in. They will drill in. They will tap to the other cortex. They will drill it in the rest of the way, and then they will measure. They'll take them out. They'll take 1 out. They will measure. They will get your screw. You put it in. Same thing with the second screw. If it's a short nail, they will move to the green and red. They will, on the nail, you'll see that there's green here and green here. That is for a short nail. When you're doing this, short nail, much simpler. You put in, they will make the mark, they will make incision for the screw. This comes out, this goes in. They then drill. This depth gauge is very long, so I wouldn't suggest putting it together. Leave it next to itself. And then measure for how long your screw will be. And then the green should go on power, depends on the surgeon. And they will put those screws in for the size. And that is your nail.